The first Wednesday of every month is a Good Energy Day at KGW. These stories feature people, businesses, and communities doing good things for the environment. Chris McGinnis is here highlighting a local nonprofit's mission to get more people flocking to the Willamette River. Morning, Chris.
Good morning, Christine. With yet another swim season on the Willamette River cut short by a toxic algae bloom, it would be easy to throw our hands up and dismiss this as one more casualty of climate change. But this particular environmental problem, which not only impacts recreation but also native fish populations, may have a straightforward solution, thanks to more than a decade of advocacy from the Human Access Project and hard work from researchers at Oregon State University.
Toxic algae killed a Washington woman's dog.
A toxic algae bloom is growing
To high levels of toxins in the water.
The problem has become synonymous with summer in Portland.
folks to stay out of the water.
Health advisories warning people and pets to stay out of the Willamette River because of algal blooms, like this neon green streak seen from the air in August.
What is getting more severe is the water temperatures. So as those have been rising over the last couple decades, we've been seeing the blooms increase in their intensity and their frequency.
The blooms contain cyanotoxins, harmful to native salmon, dangerous to people, and potentially fatal to pets if ingested.
My name's Desiree Tullis. I'm a professor of water resources engineering at Oregon State University.
Dr. Tullis has volunteered her expertise over the last 5 years studying the Ross Island Lagoon.
So the lagoon used to be 3 separate islands. There was the river flowed through those islands, and then over a century ago or so, people started mucking around in the river. They built an embankment. They extracted a bunch of gravel. And essentially what that did, it created a really deep hole in the river that was just barely connected to the river through a lagoon.
The result?
The Ross Island Lagoon is a pond inside of a river. It is now a harmful algae bloom factory that's really impacting all of Portland.
Willie Levinson has spent more than a decade advocating for the Willamette River.
The vision of the Human Access Project is a city in love with its river. So it's really hard to have pride in a river when it turns green in the summertime and you're afraid to bring your dogs and swim.
After years of hard work with help from DEQ, OHA, and other agencies, a viable path forward is seen.
So we've been using numerical models, a lot of field studies to compare these different alternatives. And so taking all that together, that's how we got to this conclusion that a flushing channel is likely to be most effective and produce the greatest benefits over the long term with the least amount of maintenance.
A seemingly simple idea: cut a hole in the embankment to restore some of the river's natural flow. But it's still going to take some work.
It is a complex solution, but it is one that we have confidence will help really knock back the lagoon, or the bloom.
Dr. Tullis, the Human Access Project, and many other partners in this effort may soon have federal funding to build that flushing channel, pending budget approval. Senator Merkley's team secured $100,000 to help with the initial engineering solution.
Chris McGinnis handling our